What's up? It's Jay. And today is Monday. Um, Today was a wonderful day, and I was able actually take everything a step today. Everything worked perfectly. I was able to plan things. I thought things, and I actually made it happen in a great matter with it. And in life, that's very important. We have dreams and goals, aspirations to accomplish out here to us, and whatever goal is, whatever you may endeavor, you know, it's gonna take, different steps and different energy accomplish to accomplish. I'm looking at in the chat right now. Hold on, right quick. Somebody join. Uh, but everybody different. Uh, everybody different is gonna require you know a different energy and a different mindset. As we all know and see that I got this guy, Kyron Lake, standout star, um, hell of a top six to go in the draft. Six, man. I can remember, those dreams and goals that you have as a kid. And the aspirations. You got to catch guys who telling mom like this will be want to go into, you know what I'm saying? And then you find it, yeah. And then I don't think it. You got to work on your you get on TV and you're doing it, and the internet is, they at you. You're looking at and you much next. So things for me, it's like what could go on. I mean, you own a company, you're the man of football, and you know what I'm saying, every day now the world for you to go to the next level. It can only go from here, right? They the NFL analysts say what they got. Some of them gonna love you. You feel in the company, and one day when it starts to, you don't even see it in life when it start to creep up, a lot of things like turmoil. Um, it just it seemed like it used to be a bad decision, and we all deserve to take a chance from bad. You know, it's life. It's split second. Really me for it was that fast. Can I get a chance to myself? Hey, I understand my mistake, or you know, I'm mature. That split second decision before thoughtful action, right? Because especially you got to understand what you got in, right? So you audio check here. I see that. I thought I had got it right. Uh, I guess I think it's the internet or the something going on. Phone was tripping. Something with if y'all got Verizon, I don't know what's today, but see, can we check out here the link? Man? Y'all do a little clip because if y'all got y'all can uh link it just comments, man, and y'all can be with me. But so you got everything going for you. You make a small mistake, you make a little gesture. I mean, at the time it's all is it really because when you have fun doing something, you're doing something of, then you just make a gesture, like you know what I'm saying? I handle him, you know what I mean? But these cameras watching, they scrutinize it. But is it then you upon yourself on the sideline, do it again? Is it a I mean, it's just a celebration, right? You know, people who like, taking it too far. Just hate. Is it a real is it a could that is a mistake? Because it's all about the viewer. Girl was like, got the tooth on it. Fast. I think it was really dude then found out he then got into a car accident and left. You get into a car accident and leave the scene. Never did fucking return yourself. So my whole at that point, he didn't turn himself in, and he had to know that something he hit the man. The man was in head-on car collision. He had no hurt pretty bad, right? And I don't know what living in because all these out here, you take off. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you so far they got a track reader. You ain't paying attention. They got another track reader. Just watch these schools. They telling y'all, you especially something life is jeopardized. You were definitely finna be at fault. So they want to figure out, and when they figure out who did it, the question, you know, at you. So my boy, they figured out with him. Now on top of you, because he first time was, but now you didn't out, and it happened. It could have been a mistake too. You know, everybody, we didn't all get things we're supposed to again. But now this mistake is finna it's like it's almost like your life spiraling, like kind of spiraling. You you got you involved in a situation, and that's um I'm gonna see what's on the internet, y'all. I know now, but I got this kind of figured out. It might not be, it might be on, but I'm gonna y'all come up, might not be clear. I'm gonna say what I got to say if y'all can hear me. But the celebration, we cannot sit here and go and act as if, get to celebrate. I mean, we can do whatever we want to, but you can't be out on these folks coming on their doing what you want to do. You gotta do what you do at home. Yeah, you do in the streets. These folks are in a mess. They image. They, you know what I mean? They paying for this now or whatever. They granting you permission to come to this movement so you can live a better life for you. But that's why I'm like, I'm not excusing that. We just Tom Morant suspended, bro. You finna lose your deal or all this just for a gesture you made. They're not playing with that no more. I don't know when everybody else gonna wake up, but I don't. It's not. I understood that, and then right then, to me, it's like, just do your thing, still, and you know what I'm saying. You get ready to like do big man that desires you always to be. Um, but now that you know, first one's football incident. Now that you done made this mistake and you'd have built, you'd have kind of burned it out, whatever, you go back home. And I think it's natural because like if that's all I can only imagine when he went back home, he didn't go back home and just sit it down. I imagine back home, probably, he probably started working out. He probably going right in the routine. He gotta keep his routine. I gotta start because even though mistakes, we still have that in our head. Some kind of way God gonna pull us. God, and we all but then I something, you know, maybe that mine. I don't know what it is, but I know, depending on who's raised in the church, God can pull us too. No matter what we do, God is gonna pull us too, right? Talk to the man above, repent, whatever. But I'm thankful when that situation was for him. My step, uh, because I'm just gonna I feel if his life spiraling. His life started spiraling. Uh, right now, he's supposed to be on a just really on a natural high. If anybody have, you know, have heard that saying a natural you, I'm looking at guys who they finna bid and want to be. I'm on that, man. You know what I mean? I land, I'm going. I'm talking about. I'm finna land. You know, it's a good. It's a great life. And then that you got all these years, all these been working out. They ain't this thing on their back like you got. So the natural high continuing. It's all around. How do you feel when you know you make a mistake that you might can't get out of your peers out there? They they didn't make you know they still get invited to the draft, still doing interviews, they doing commercials, they get signing contracts, they doing. I mean, it's the level of success. It's the next level of success. So I, I my audience, make my then. Uh, what about him a little maybe? And I appreciate y'all for stopping by. I apologize. Uh, my my sound is trying to give you my my thoughts on this situation because I believe that the young are spiraling. People around you success. It's a matter you're spiraling, but everyone pretty much around you is going nothing but how do that make how do you cope with it? And then on top of that, you got the court case. This I'm talking about it's like you get over in school. Like the day just went by so fast. It's amazing. What's up, Trish? I want to get out to everybody that came through. Um, Life of Bryson going on, Richie. My pop is in the chat. My boy Netball. Yeah, somebody up here hit the link. In the top of the chat. Get the link on up here. Get y'all take because this young man he kind of ended it stuff and I gotta everybody else they go what I mean it's understandable. It's very because it is you hey man, you was going battling. You gotta really look at it like this. What was he battling? What was he going through battling him, you know, fighting his being angry with himself internally. Y'all have y'all with that? Everybody that from you know, everybody do we know what that when people battling with it, you know, uh do you really understand what it look like when battling with they oh hold on with it on my computer. Let me see. I hope it ain't. My YouTube. I think the quality. My phone was back. Verizon tripping. Something about. Let me close. Uh, uh, let me see. Let me close. But the mic was on. Plug it in. Hold on, y'all. Right. That's the issue. Let me see. I'm gonna close these down. Okay. Boom. Hello. Okay, I'm still here. Is my sound better yet? I just muted one of my took off the other live. So if it's better, y'all let me know, man. So, but I want to know, do y'all because everybody got a smooth take on it. Everybody got their opinion on how we feel about it. You know, he should pay. What's up, Teasy? He in the building. I appreciate y'all. Let's get the show started. We clear, man. Y'all been on my head. You know what I'm saying? I gotta take a shot at that, man. Y'all is tripping. I'm over here trying to give out good game and get my mindset. Y'all over here on my neck about my sound. God, oh, but I appreciate y'all. Let me know. That's what y'all supposed to do. But now check me out, right? You got this man, NFL's prospect. The tape will show you what he can do, man. We ain't got to keep on campaigning for him. At what but he got to be serious in life too, because what you just did, somebody else unfortunately has lost their life, man. I seen a story on that. The little girl was that man. Them folks had just talked to their daughter, and their daughter was actually waiting on them to come home. It's like I got compassion. You know what I mean? This little young man has a mother. He has a father. He got a little brother, cousin, somebody who family members who just looking at him in awe, just it's completely in awe. What is he dealing with mentally? What is the pressures that's going through that he's going through mentally that he got to cope with? Can he sleep at night? Because at the same time, things do make you wisen up. Situations. Sometimes it wasn't the first one, but that one right there, I feel as if that caused a major, mental change for him. I feel like that caused, a mental, some type of anguish, some type of, that has to be like very depressing, man. To just see your dreams just literally. It's worth leaving an accident for. I mean, of course, he's thinking about all of that. The car still driving, go. But that's just gonna put you in worse trouble. It's the mindset you got behind it because sometimes 10 years is better than 25 or 30 or the rest of your life. You know what I mean? Because vehicular homicide or whatever the case may be, it's different, especially if you stay on the scene. Especially if you just, you know what I mean? We all know this. But he chose what he chose. And I'm not trying to, talk bad about him or hate on him with his decision. His decision is what it is. And just knowing the laws of the land, this is what's gonna happen. I mean, your money can save you, but he ain't made it yet. So, you know what I mean? How do y'all feel about it? Somebody come up here and holler at me, man. Tell me how y'all feel about it. Hit the link at the top of the chat. Richie, my boy Richie, I'm gonna add him to the stage. What's going on with you, Richie?
What's going on with you, man?
I'm here, man. You hear what I'm trying to do? I'm trying to spark some interest, see how y'all feel about the topic, man. You got this young man who I
Life
feel
hit them too fast.
I feel as you know, is it's difficult to you was a college athlete. How hard to actually, and hell of a I play high school sports with you, but I know when you were in high school, you transitioned to college. How difficult it is? What you may know. Tell me something what these guys be going through, man. Talk to me, man.
Man, the parallel that this man was faced with is crazy because this man literally did what he's supposed to do to get to the next level. And then everything just started spiraling downhill for him. But we can't say that it wasn't signs that was leading this man. This man might have had some issues though.
Right.
Because we remember he got in trouble for his celebration. Shoot him up, bang bang celebration he was doing. So he already showed signs of immaturity.
True.
Not saying you can't celebrate and everything is fun when you ball out. Of course you're supposed to have fun. But it is certain things that it make you think like, man, I don't know if this guy can handle it.
Real talk.
Let's just take out. Oh, let's keep it in. Okay, you're a young black man from a neighborhood that we all come from. What pressure is being put on you, and are you strong enough to have that fortitude to be like, nah, this is my lane. Like, this is my lane. I ain't finna teeter-totter and play in both lanes.
Right.
And I obviously think that man in his head was teeter-tottering with both lanes. And that shoot 'em up, bang, bang celebration was a tall tale sign like, all right, watch him. All right, well, we don't know. His character might be at question.
Exactly. And think about this, right? Just, I mean, because like you said, we all know the neighborhoods we come from. Certain celebrations, you know what I mean? Only certain people doing certain celebrations. So
I ain't never did shoot 'em up, bang bang. I ain't never did that one.
see what I'm
Why
saying?
play like that? Why even play like that?
And let me bring this to you. The way he did it, then he might have did it more violently than anybody ever did it.
Oh, he was shooting up the whole 80,000. He was shooting up 80, 85, 90,000 folks at that valley. With the TikTok dance, he made it look cute with the TikTok dance, but at the end of the day, come on now, man.
Real shit, man. It's just like I said, it's the mindset. How I mean, knowing where you at, you ain't gonna change. You ain't gonna act no differently. You just gonna keep acting like you just always act.
Man,
You
ain't
can't.
no
You
way.
gotta realize we maturing out here in life. Our actions, we are accountable for our actions, and certain things you got to let go.
And that's
Certain
not act
things
like
you can't keep on doing it for these same folks.
but he was getting coached at every day.
And until we got to start looking at all this, some people who we think this in our corner, they are leading us into failure. They're leading us into this. We think this our partner. He celebrate. He ain't telling me nothing wrong with that.
Oh
He
shit, he
telling
gonna
me
drink.
he tripping.
Oh, he drinking and speeding with you at the end of the game.
Say it again.
He drinking and speeding with you at the end of the game.
Exactly. So it's just like now, and even knowing those little intricacies and knowing like and then having that's the mindset. Your mindset is to gravitate towards them, and even that's the voices that you want to listen to. And then
Hmm.
do you ever think it get to a point where he can just stop and realize like these niggas right here been leading me astray?
No, because you couldn't tell him shit. He was already one of the top players at LSU. So only a certain amount of people could even tell him anything. Being in that similar situation, I was in a much smaller school, but couldn't nobody really tell me shit. My teammates, like, man, y'all get the hell out of my face. Especially if I honestly work harder than y'all and I'm more talented, you really can't tell me nothing. I don't know about his work ethic, but his talent, he was a lot more talented than his teammate.
Right,
So and if he now I had that wherewithal, but I still wasn't going to jumping out the window doing dumb shit. Obviously, he was living in the fast lane a little bit too. So he wasn't going for nothing, and he was living kind of wild. I ain't gonna say dangerously, but making poor decisions living.
right. Can
So
you turn your volume up a little bit for me, Rick?
let me see what I got. What about now? This better?
Say it again.
I said, what about now? This better?
It's a little bit better. It just kind of seemed like you were just a little far away, but I can kind of hear you. I can kind of make it out pretty decent.
Okay.
But and then um, you know, that's very interesting, like really what you just said now. Because it gives do get to a certain point, and we do have to realize, though, we do have to put that into perspective. When you go into it, when you at a university, right, and you become him, when you the man on campus, when you the best or one of the top prospects, especially in football, when you got 80,000 fans screaming for you, like who can really tell you something if you don't want to listen to it?
Can't nobody tell you shit. Come on now, let's be real. Let's be real. Especially in the new age era of NIL where motherfucking can move on you. You say the wrong thing to him and shit. Hey man, I'm down the street on your ass with another $1 million in my pocket, man. I ain't got to settle for this coach.
Tennessee quarterback.
Mm,
Tennessee
mm.
quarterback. Like, like just keeping it real. How can you? How can we reach? Because everybody we want to think about the politically correct way. Really, we want to be able to reach the child. We don't want this young man to go through this, but we have to be real. Like, can we really? Do we really recognize these behaviors? Are we really putting our best foot forth in our effort to stop this? You know what I mean? Is we really these people corner? And most importantly, can we really stop it? What do his family do? Because I'm sure his mama wasn't encouraging that behavior.
No, you know mama wasn't encouraging that. No, you know that. Not no Southern mama. Southern mama from Louisiana. No, she wasn't encouraging that at all.
You know, so you got you got the little niggas he went to school with, whatever his partners, and however they want to run. I mean, they encouraging it, but it's like I'm sure these voices that the ones that were really in his corner, like I'm sure some people was telling him, you know what I mean, cut it out and straight up and fly right. So it's like if he ain't listening to them, I don't feel like I need to be soft on him. I don't.
Okay, I'm finna hit you with it where it really hurt. Where it really hurt at.
Talk to me.
Okay, being an athlete, being the man, being an athlete, you really got a fixation in your head, and you get food, and you think these people really love you.
Right?
You think that you like, oh, you can walk in every fan and they just gonna embrace you with open doors. As long as you got that jersey on, that is true. But time your ass, take that jersey off, take a shower, leave that parking lot. The time you act the ass or do something out of character, guess what? They're gonna remind you quick who you really are. And that's just you can be another statistic quick.
Right?
So a lot of these athletes get it a false sense of hope in their head, thinking that they can't do no wrong. Oh, these folks really love me. No,
Right?
sir, you one mistake away from being looked at like the buddy in your neighborhood that didn't make it, like your cousin them, like whoever waking up with a bad attitude. You one mistake away.
But now look at it like this, Rich. Is that the university's fault? Is that the coach's fault? Because they're gonna treat certain players, they're gonna give certain players certain leniency. They overlooking certain things that they do. They giving them a slap on the wrist for certain things that they ain't give everybody else a slap on the wrist for. So they showing me that they love me.
That now see that's why it's very important to have that black father in the household. I ain't even gonna say in the household in your life. That ain't not the T Morant daddy. Not the daddy that might be scared of your success. I'm talking about the daddy don't give a damn about your success. You still my boy. I don't give a damn about all that.
Oh, you talking about like Cecil, Cam Newton daddy,
There you go. There you go.
right?
One thing about it, Cam make plenty of mistakes in the public eye, but he always bounce back though. He'll apologize or he'll stand up as a man would. Okay, I did too much right then. Okay, I need to dial this back. That's why I had no problem when Cam Newton called these guys out. Say, man, you ain't living like that, man.
Right.
You not that. You an athlete, man. Be an athlete.
You know how much time it required to be an athlete, and you try to be up here putting your life on the line in danger. Like
Man,
Jazzy, how you doing today, sweetheart? I appreciate you for coming through. What's your take on it? Give me what's your give me your mindset. What you think about that? Or whenever you get ready, I don't know if you just listening in. I don't know if you can hear me, but that's another thing too, man. Uh, Even if you from the streets, right? Um, you had it rough growing up. If you've been through things, your parents are just doing the best they could, and your situation was what it was.
man, hold on now. Come on now. These guys ain't most of the time, bro, we ain't been through too much of nothing, man. We all had clothes on our back, a roof over our head, man. What we really went through, man. Why as a black people we feel like we got the struggle is the armor that you got to put on your body, man. Just because you got talked about a roasted coming up or whatever the case, we all got talked about a roasted, man. That adds scales to your skin, man.
Right?
Shit, come on, man. You gotta have some thicker skin than that.
Yeah. That's real. Just that perspective is like, bro, you right. You know what I mean? Like you had it. Parents. We all got to start from somewhere, and it's like we had the necessity. So it will. He ain't really. He tripping, and we got to put it like he tripping. Let me try to switch it up a little bit, Rick. How you feel about the young man, the high school student who pulled a knife at the track meet? How you feel about
Mm. Now I gotta do more research on that. But they say the reports he's adamant about he was being bullied. He's adamant about the fact that he was being bullied by those two brothers. It wasn't just the guy that he stabbed. The guy had a brother as well.
that?
And
Right?
he was adamant about he being bullied. Now the issue is though, like you said, mental health. Why ain't you speak to nobody? Why ain't nobody pick up on those red flags?
Okay. Have you ever took a knife in school though, Rich?
I ain't never took no knife to school, man. I ain't never thought about taking no knife to school.
I'm saying,
No.
what about to like a after school event?
To an
What
after
about
school
to an after
event?
school event,
No.
football game, basketball game, something like that?
On my personal side, no. Might have had
You
one
know
in the
somebody who's done that.
yes, yes.
Okay.
Mm.
Now, this little Jazzy, I don't know if you can hear me, but you
I
back
can
up.
hear you. I was
If you
having technical difficulties. I'm sorry.
waiting on you.
I was gonna comment on what Rick said. I think he made a good point about having fathers a part of the boys' lives. So by me being a mom and having a 20-something-year-old son, don't attack me in the comments because I'm from the mother side. And I do not condone what he did. But I know that my 21-year-old, I know he would have thought that money was going to fix it, especially if the coaches and the school and his money had got him out of something else that was smaller. So let's say he's got pulled over before or had a ticket before or threatened somebody before and his money got him off. The coaches told him, don't worry about it. I would think that with this horrible accident, my son would have ran. That's just the first instinct went once again. That is not in your life and ain't, you know what I'm saying? That wisdom in you to never run. The first instinct would be to run. I know my son may not have told me about the accident. He might have took the car to one of his friends' house or something because he know if he tell me, I'm going to tell him to go turn himself in. And so I can only think about his mindset at the time. Like, I just hope this go away. Maybe nobody saw me, my tag. Maybe I can pay it off. But it didn't. They came and got him. And so now that you're caught, if you're not about that life and you've never been to jail and you're not affiliated with a gang and you just this sports kid, he was not prepared to go to jail. Once again, not having that father in the home makes a big difference because daddy gonna tell you to stand up to your responsibility on what the hell you did and we gonna get through this time. But without the father in the home, I can imagine him just having nightmares, night terrors, sweats this whole time because he's picturing what they're gonna do to him, what could happen to him. He's not affiliated with any gangs. He may not have any friends or families already inside. And like I said, I don't condone the S word, but from a mother's perspective, as soon as I heard what had happened, it's just my condolences to the family because, well, to both families because it's just a horrible incident. And like I said, the first thing to do when you hit somebody and you know you were wrong without the right guidance is to run.
Hmm.
I'm I'm really 100% with that, you know. And it is honestly like I do have I send my condolences out to the family, honestly. Like I have children, and a lot of times I think about, you know, I try to put my children or myself in that situation. Like, you know, I have to just kind of be. I can think that my child wouldn't deal with any consequences or whatever they have you, but I think I'd be just kind of selling myself a dream. Like, have to be. There's laws in this land. You know,
Mm.
no matter how we like it, no matter how I feel like, hey, I was right or wrong or whatever, but there's laws to it. And a lot of times we just it's Monday mindset, and then your mindset always have to be in the right place, man. And a lot of times, we do have a lot of situations against us because of just a lot of times it's how we feel. I was thinking about this. I wonder what type of son was he. I really like want to
Yeah.
know what type of person he was because it's like for a person to in those moments to experience the success that he's experiencing, but
Mhm.
behaving the way he's behaving. What's
He
up
was
with
a puppet type. He was a puppet type child. He was a puppet. He make a play. He cussing out the camera that when they do the close up, he doing the guns. It's kind of like he might have got failed at the high school level as far as
Uh,
getting checked.
yeah. But once again, that's that parent, to humble you down. You ain't, we're not doing it that way. You still got
Hmm.
to be humble in this game, you know. But that money get to you, them girls get to you. I think one of the articles that I read said he was leaving from a domestic dispute. That's why he sped off. All this stuff just got in his head. This money, these girls, he might have been, dipping and dabbling in some stuff he didn't need to be involved in. More money, more problems sometimes when you don't have the right support around you to ground you, keep you grounded.
I'm with that too, and I always kind of I'm don't never think I'm really going against you. I just kind of think about it like this because we all have family members. It's like some people, what I mean, we got to. Some people we just can't help, no matter how talented they is, or it just get to a role where like you just can't save you no more, bro. You know what I mean? Like some kids, we got to be. Some kids not listening. No matter how many times you go upside their head, you can't scare them straight.
Man, I got
It's destined to be this type of person.
being
Yeah,
that
that's
being that my kids are in the I'm in park ball right now. So my kids range from 8 to 4. So being that I'm in the coaching realm, coaching kids, I got kids that I can honestly, 8-year-old kids, that I can say, boy, your issue is gonna be listening. And the way you going about life, you gonna get yourself in some real trouble because you refuse to listen. It ain't the talent. Your problem ain't gonna be the talent. You're gonna have that. But listening and being a hard head is gonna be the death of your success. And I ain't saying that to discourage the kid. I'm just being real.
And because you know why? We can see that from our experience, our life experiences. We've
mm-hmm,
Life
seen that.
experience.
We've had these little friends like that. We've
mm-hmm,
heard this before. Like I tell people, I read that book. I already know. I know what's gonna happen. You do that, I already know what's going. You might not know what's gonna happen, but I already know what's gonna happen. And
yep,
and there's times that hey, we don't hit it 100% right on the head, but what I mean, the signs are there. And it's like, one thing as I get older and older, I'm not finna just keep on. I ain't finna just. You did what? You know what I mean? You finna suffer the consequences behind it. It's
yeah,
simple, as that, man. These behaviors are presenting themselves, and it's easy. You know, it's easy for us to think about, just to be so caring and all this and that. But man, how long is it gonna take for us to really just like, hey, just be honest? Like, man, these folks, you trying to portray a life that you're not even living.
Mm.
These folks is giving you chances, and you just keep slapping them, slapping their ass aside the head. Your luck gonna run out, man.
they
Well,
say a
hey,
hard head make a soft ass.
When your luck is running out, guess what's up? Now they trying to put it. What did they? I ain't say they trying, but a report is out. He was dealing with a domestic dispute. All that is a part of the spiral.
mm-hmm. Because
All
why you in a position where you shouldn't be doing no kind of arguing, sir.
what you
You
arguing
shouldn't be doing no kind of arguing.
for real? I, eh, you know, some you need to learn how to separate. It's like, come on, man. So my I really can't. I do have condolences because it's just the family aspect. I do understand when you have younger siblings or even older siblings who you the family hope. You the shining light. You the biggest thing, pretty much, man. You up there at LSU showing your ass up there at that school on that football field, man. You the biggest thing in your family, unless somebody else has not already made it to the league, and they ain't bigger than you right now.
That's very true. What can you tell them? That's
Right. You're
why. That's
still
why you said you
untouchable.
gotta, you gotta press that button. You gotta press that button really, middle school, early high school,
Right.
and keep that button pressed.
Right.
Like all this outside success is cool, but who are you as a person, man? What are you doing when nobody looking? Because obviously, when nobody looking, you playing a different role. Like you said,
Right.
why is it our community though? That's what baffles me though.
Say
Why
that
eight out
again.
of ten,
What?
8 out of 10 stories, the kid gonna end up looking like me and you?
Yeah.
Why is that? Why is it always our community that struggle with these instances?
Uh,
Is it deep, is it a deeper rooted problem than just the athletic star? That's what I'm getting at.
right.
Is the fact that we not, like Miss Jackson said, these kids get to an age and they never had no experiences with law enforcement. So, like you said, when something hit the fan, they first instinct is flight. There ain't no fight, it's flight.
Yeah.
Like, hey, oh, let me talk to the officer and tell him what the situation was. It's no, it's gone. I'm gone. And
Well,
it's
that part was,
that's
too, just because I mean, you when you come up outside, especially if you got to come from some projects, shit. When you see the police, and you know anything about the police, that's natural instinct. Shit, as
you
kids,
ain't finna hit.
what the hell we running for? Like, so I think it's too like the condition and just too like, man. I'm totally with you on that, Rich. Like, it, it's kind of like, bro, we got to stop. We got to stop that in our community, bro, because it's
That's
just
why I encourage like coaches, especially in these middle school, high school, man, bring in your local deputy, your local lieutenant, and not scare them, but have them speak to them as in like, hey man, y'all get pulled over, man. This one thing you need to have ready. You need to have your license ready. You need to have your insurance ready. When if the police ask you to roll the window down, man, roll the window down, man. Like don't pester at these folks, man.
right,
Like give them a line of a baseline to handle the situation, not attitude. Attitude. First time they get an experience with an officer is attitude, and then shit go left.
right. And in situations like that, like I think that just, I mean, once again, you can handle the situation how you want to. You can get the nigga all the attitude you want to give to him. But man, listen, we got to really respect and think about it from a standpoint of these officers. Like, yeah, we done got pulled over and whatever, even however we feel about it. But this man, he want to make it home at night too, and he ain't really got time to be sitting right here trying to figure it out and play with us. I come out, you roll that window down, and you all hostile already. You got how do you expect to get treated? How you expect to get handled? So that 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 overly emotional and just can't control yourself, man. That you just do it if you choose to do it. You've been pre-warned. I just say that you've been pre-warned because this stuff it's just been repeated so much. It's like, bro, people just not keeping it real. Like, I really appreciate your taste when you coming over here just really because it's like, bro, you can't really argue with that, man. Can't even just keep on sitting here giving people sympathy. Yes, we got sympathy for the family, but man, listen, man, this guy right here, what did you show us off the field? On the field is only one part of what you got going on. You got to be a role model for the community, and what you're doing is just not it, man.
Mm-mm.
It's just not it. How much success do I mean? Now you go to the next level. And we can already see it like John Morant. John Morant look like he finna just John Morant just I mean, like you go, you get you do the gun just again. They get on you now, you're gonna throw a bomb. It's like, what is it gonna take for some people, man? What
And
is it?
John Morant already missed out on the max contract. He already missed out on the max contract. And you still playing. You still playing. Ain't nothing more gangster than the money. Get the money. Like, I don't understand these guys, man. You up there playing and the money is gangster. That's what's gangster, man.
And the part of it is too. Well, now I put it like this too, now, Rich, because it is a part of it is the money. But if what if you got 100? What if you got 100? What if you got a contract for 100? He probably got like say for instance, you got 50 sitting in the bank. And I know he's like, yeah, you can work for the billion, and but 50, you got a lot of opportunity now.
Hey, you ain't lying. And I think about that too. 50 in the bank is cool. But when you sitting there looking and you know you a $250 million player, now you a dumbass. Yeah, you got 50, but your talent say you supposed to be getting 250. And it ain't because your talent you ain't getting paid. It's because your actions.
Right. Right.
Come on now. Come on now.
I don't, from just making mistakes and just being able to just use my life, just understand my life experiences and see these guys, man. It's just like it's just funny. It's entertaining to me because I made mistakes and I know other people who made mistakes. I know people who did it right, and it's like just hindsight, man. I wish I would have been one of the guys to do it right. You know what I'm saying? But this stuff that they doing, that they carrying on with, like that wasn't for me. That was just never even a part of it. It's just like what I don't I don't understand it. I really don't. I just really don't. That's why I can't. I'm not gonna sit right here and act as if what I'm saying. I can understand it. I don't care if your dad had been to prison, never there. If your mama wasn't never there, I don't care. No matter what, no matter what was the situation, that's uncalled for.
It's uncalled for. And it ain't no excuse for it. Ain't no excuse for it.
Never. And you know, for people just I've heard so, and I think what people are doing too, they really trying to dismiss certain actions because of the current actions he's done. I'm sitting right here. I'm looking at all of it. I'm looking at all of it. And then on top of that, right now, think about this. He did all this and then went to the pinnacle, spiraled down, and then look how selfish he was.
Mm.
On top of all that, look how selfish he was.
Now, clear me if I'm wrong. They say he got into another high speed chase and took his life. Did he take his life in the process of that high speed chase, or when he pulled over, was he just like, fuck it?
I don't have the all the details to that, but I think that it was quite similar to that, sir.
So this
I
was his second pull off. I think he had issues going back to high school, to be honest with you. I think Science has been there. I think Science have been there and they've been really, really loud, but his talent minimized that. Everybody just his talent, not the person, his talent. The person was never looked into. The person was never worked on. The talent was the only thing being worked on.
right. And you know what else too, bro? I seen a damn him and his partner, one of his little LSU football players. They made like a little video backstage, bro. And I was just like, bro, that man, he teeter tottering. Like, bro, this image that you're trying to portray. I'm like to myself, why? Like, why, bro? Y'all folk got money, you got jewelry on your neck, like y'all folk got real diamonds, NIL deals. Just think about that. Now, you in the first, pretty much in the first age of these college guys getting paid, you getting paid, and this is what we get. This is the results. they might start and even look at like you might not even want to play these black athletes that much. Cause it's gonna be guess what? It's before it be a white boy that do something like you know what I mean something totally. It's gonna probably be probably about 5 to goddamn 10 black NIL athletes that be just like, why did you? What the hell was you thinking?
Why the
And
hell we
then
pay these guys?
Manziel that ain't really did man really too bad, but he just loved to just to go crazy. But it's just like man, it just become unacceptable and we you know like we just look at these people for who they are because I definitely believe Rich like bro this man personality the personality was never there man you know what I mean because the spiral happened too quick that man you know they letting people in these universities they giving them chance after chance but a lot of times that's not the right thing to do because now look at how this one situation ended this one situation is like for me, I would love just to see him continue his career and make millions of dollars and entertain us, you know. But you will never get that. Now he can't. His mama, man, that you know, it's just I can't even begin to explain on how you know the feelings that just even imagining for the mama how her son at one point was him, and then it's like now everybody in the world know that your son did this. Now she got to go back out on the world, in the world, and her son did this. It just got to be. What is that doing for her life? What is that doing for her mental health? What is that doing for her? What is that? What is that like? What is that doing? What did that? How do that? How do you actually be able to just close your eyes and be have a peaceful night's sleep, knowing as a mama that you know I can you know a lot of these mamas, boy, they you know they gonna go to back. They gonna show that love for that child, and especially you know if that was her oldest son or whoever, whatever he fell in. You know, right now is the most successful son. So just
She gonna say that in public.
right,
Her son ain't do no wrong in public. But
right,
she know as a mama, she know what she was hiding, or not even per se hiding, protecting, because a mother's love is a mother's love.
right,
But she know what he struggled with.
right. So what's up, auntie? I'm that's another thing I'm thinking like, you know, and I agree with you because it's just like she ain't gonna come out in public, but when it's just like I think it's just really time to just come out. You got to be real about it, man. Because ain't no use to trying to piss on us and telling us it's raining. I can see right through it. I can see right through it. Like, bro, it's no way. There's no way that is don't I don't want to hear all the I hate this is what I hate, bro. Shannon Sharp, he went up there trying to spin the whole situation like this kid was just totally somebody different. I'm just like, nigga, the lawyer is supposed to say that. Okay, that statement the lawyer put out like, bro, they not finna blast him. No, they not. These folks can get sued, and they ain't in the business to be trying to get sued by no damn LSU football player. This man did that, and we know he did. So it's like, stop trying to piss on us, or stop trying to paint this different perception of this man. Okay, he deleted himself, he ended himself, but that was just now to the point now. It's just the ultimate selfishness. It's just like I can't rock with him, man. I can't. I don't want to sit right here and even be fake with myself. I don't want
You
to be
seen
fake.
the statement his father put out?
Say it to me.
You seen the statement his father put out?
No, let me. I wish I could pull it up.
His father basically said he wasn't checking on his mental health.
But how do we do that? How do we check on the mental health? How do we like? What do that look like?
Stop asking son, hey son, how was practice? How was workout, son? Man, all right. Hey son, let's go eat somewhere. Talk to me, man. How you feeling, man? How's this process? Not, hey man, how practice, man? How's workout? You dominate today? You get quicker on this move right here today? Let's
Right.
keep it real.
That's true.
I think father was
But now
was
here we
basically.
go. Do his dad? I mean, with his schedule, his football schedule, and his academic schedule, do his dad really have time to come in there and spend those intricate moments with him?
That's true too. That's true too. Because we all men at the end of the day. We are men at the end of the day.
And he got to go to work. His son, you know what I mean? These folks out of town, they, you know, over
And
here, you ain't
let's
got
keep it real.
internet, I
He
can only imagine. So
the mistake he made already dropped him out of draft contention. He was gonna be a free agent.
I don't even think they were gonna get him. I think he was finna. I don't even, bro. I don't think he was gonna get the opportunity.
Ain't nobody taking them risks like that. Ain't nobody taking them risks on them sponsors. A veteran. What happened was a veteran. It wasn't just no regular person.
Oh
He,
my god, I didn't even know that.
yes, sir. That man was a veteran. It was a 78-year-old veteran.
On top of all that, you know,
Yes,
they were
that was
like even once, like Denzel say, shit's get deeper.
yes.
I trade today, like
But I would
you
think
got
ever
your
since he got caught in the ever
they
since he got caught, I would think that, family would stay extra close to him at that point.
said again, Jazzy.
I said I would think since he got caught, I think 3 weeks ago, since they came and got him and apprehended him, I would think that family would stay extra close to him at that point. So maybe you didn't talk to him every day before, but now that you've been made aware of an incident, I would think that you would call, and even maybe visit to be closer to him at that point, knowing that your child just got into some serious trouble.
That's a
And
great point. Why is he even still driving?
Right. Like,
okay, well, to
you
put it
know,
like this, he got an
my child just
NIL
got
deal.
accused of
He
something.
got
I'm on the way. Like, I got to at least check on them daily. My family everybody got to pitch in because, his name is about to be in the tabloids. What you mean you didn't check on his mental health?
That is a good question. Why is he still driving? Why was he still driving? Why was
Rick,
he still
Rick,
operating the vehicle?
what was it? We need to look up his NIL evaluation. I can tell you exactly why he's still driving.
He had a track. He had a track off sitting in the
Not you
driveway.
researcher.
You can't, Rich, nigga. If you had a $1 million NIL evaluation, well, you different. I mean, we kind of different. You know, what I mean, we still have the ultimate respect for our parents, right?
Right.
So, we can look at like, what I mean, why? But then I look at like at this, well, with a younger age too, yeah. So I just look at like shit. Look at his NIL evaluation. How? That's a great question, but bro, how you gonna stop him?
That's crazy. But you have some
How?
comments.
At this point, right now, he probably got more money than his damn daddy. He probably got
See
more money than his mama.
what
And
that mean?
that once you go to college, what you mean? How you gonna stop him? What you mean? Why is
See
he still?
that?
You ain't nowhere around.
That's why you gotta have that relationship where I can still chump your ass off, regardless of what you got.
Correct, but now, I mean, the debt. Yeah, but Rich, that's easy to say, but is he stronger and quicker and can take harder hits than his daddy can deliver?
That's a risk I'm gonna have to take. I ain't gonna lie to
I
you.
know it. I mean, that's the risk
I
you got
got
to take.
that's a risk I'm gonna have to take as a parent.
I'm looking at realistic fact. This nigga's up there that nigga strong as hell, boy.
You right. Now you damn sure right. It's a lot of kids that outgrow their parents now. I want mine to
When
outgrow
your ass
me.
want to go play college football, you outgrown they ass.
You right. You right.
You know what I mean? So at the same time, but a man, you want to be able to correct. But I'm just being hypothetical because I feel like, and I know you feel, and I know my dad, even right now, he feel like, you know what I mean, put me dead in my place. Cool. But it's like, you up there playing, and you in your senior year, you've been up there, but you 24 now. And just he been in college ever since he been 18 with that NIL, I mean that COVID year, whatever, whatnot. And so he been there and just been working out. But he on there, and just imagine dad probably been drinking beer, smoking, and just you know what I mean, not doing no push-ups at all. Bro, dad, just being realistic, dad can't handle that.
I guess that does depend on the relationship they had going into the situation. Because
Yeah.
the relationship shit is deeper than physical. Like right now, we got our own house, we got our own. We don't need nothing from my father. But at the same time, if he has a strong opinion on something, you take heed to it.
Right. But uh, the main thing about that, I think the father, you just got to establish that always have to be there. And in these situations, we got to start putting that into, you know what I mean, into the atmosphere. He ain't got no respect for his parents. You don't have any respect for your parents. Because right, I mean, because if you did, first and foremost, you wouldn't even be up there doing this shit. You would never even made the first bad move. So he don't have any respect for his parents, man. He really don't. So that's another thing we got to understand, you know, because even I'm a father, Richard Hill father, and we have fathers, right? And it's just like even one thing, like no, my dad getting older or whatever, whatnot. And it's just like he still has that respect. He ain't got to come in here and my house is my house. He ain't regulating nothing, but it's like if he came here, it's just like, still give it up to him just out of respect. Yeah, I ain't got to try him or none of that. But you just give it up to him out of respect. But it's like now these kids, they not that's not this young man's character.
I don't know.
Mm.
I just feel like, daddy went nowhere around. You're in a different state. You got some money. You got all these girls. It's probably more girls than he can handle. When the cat's away, the mouse is gonna play. If his dad was around, maybe the parents pop up, see him, etc. But everybody know when you go to school, especially in them dorm rooms, it be off the chain.
Yeah, but okay, just speaking, I've been to college and Rich been to college, right? And but I do know, because the dorm rooms is definitely off the chain. And when that got off the chain, my parents were out
Don't
me being,
don't make the memory lane. Wait a minute.
I
huh?
got kicked out of one school for my dorm room antics.
Hey. Well, Miss
So,
Tara said a phone call is still a form of checking in. I agree. And then Tracy said, I'm sure football was his whole life. And before that incident, he knew his chances of going pro were probably 100%. When this happened, he lost all of that. So it was nothing else. I
well,
think it's a few more comments I didn't get a chance to read.
it is something else. You know, Football is your life up to that point, but at this, well, Tracy, you're absolutely right because of the incident that happened. You're absolutely
Yeah.
right. What's going on for you? It ain't, you know, it just at that point it's not. And my opinion on a phone call is checking in.
Mhm.
Like even with me and my dad. My dad, he's traveled across the United States or whatever, whatnot. But sometimes just a simple phone call, we check. We ain't got to whatever. He can, I don't know what he checking for. If he just not checking for that, he just want to hear my voice or whatever. But he called. I don't go. I don't speak the way I speak to everybody else or whatever, whatnot. I give him that I know what he looking for. It's just going to get it to him so he just won't trip. You know what I'm saying? Even with my mama, it ain't about my mama gonna come and slap me upside the head or whatever. But no, my mom coming in or not, no matter what, nothing my mama did. My mama's in the building, man. I know what she's looking for. You got to handle a situation like this. It ain't about nothing. It's just the respect that we hold, and even out of their presence, even as adults, it, it's still that respect that we're holding. And these people, if you performing a certain way, you gyrating out here in this world, man, you ain't got no respect for none of these people, for nobody. So another thing too, man. Before we get too carried away, I want y'all to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, man. Keep on coming. I like the comments rolling in. Like the video. I'm gonna do this. Try to do this every 2-3 days or every day. You guys can feel free to hit the link. It's in. I'm gonna repost the link in the chat. Y'all can come up here and give us y'all thoughts. Y'all don't have to just stay in the chat. I'll allow you guys to come on up here and give your 2 cents. I'm gonna drop the link in the comment again. And let us know it's really no right or wrong uh answer to this. It's just what we're trying to really just get to a point where we can get to a common ground and understand, hey, you know, when we maybe can see things corrected, or certain things, just you gonna get certain results from it. And let's just stop trying to put sympathy on everything, you know. Um and that was the first take that we had, y'all. But like I say again, I don't know if you guys have heard about it. I want to pull it up, man. I'm pull up on my iPad. But it was a high school incident, right? Young black guy. Um they was at a track meet. I ran track, recreation track, middle school track, high school track. And as long as I stayed in school, I ran track, right? So never one thing about the track meet, we never had an incident at track meets as far as like it was never like any type of confusion or none of that goddamn really just hood shit. Niggas ain't trying to fight at the damn track meet. It just understood you either won or you lost, nigga. Second, third place, whatever. But these folks, the little young man, black guy, was sitting in the wrong tent, right? And the white students, two brothers, twin brothers, they gonna paint. This how they paint them white guys, about 6 feet one, 230 pounds, pretty good size on them. They told the guy to leave their tent. It was raining, whatever. And he didn't leave the tent. One of the brothers pushed him. He said, punch me and see what happened. I'm not sure if the guy punched him or pushed him, but upon putting his hands on the young man, on the black guy stabbed him. And I don't condone putting, first and foremost, don't put your hands on nobody. Whatever you do, whatever that person choose, they choose to do it. You know what I mean? Whatever the consequences is, it is. But I'm just thinking, like, and another, like, was that too far? Like, was that too much? Was that too much force? Because and then at the same time, what was you doing with the knife on government property? Because you're not supposed to have any type of weapon on government property. Um, and they say he was getting bullied, but even is getting bullied reason enough to have a hit list, or is it reason enough to actually go out and carry out some type of action like this? And was he getting bullied by those guys? Because these guys seemed like they was from a different school. He was in the wrong tent. So I don't think he was getting bullied by no one at that school. But and I mean, and I'm not clear of the reason for him even being in that tent. Was he getting bullied out of his tent and just went over there because whatever? But what I'm really looking at, like, what's the show of force too much? And it's easy to say somebody put their hands on you, handle your business. But then we got laws of the land, and that's what I'm looking at. We got to protect our babies from. We got to protect ourselves from. Like, hey, if you, it's cool to to give him all the business he asking for, but when you kind of draw the line, then now they looking at you, and
Hey, our babies don't get that same protection.
you think he gonna beat it?
No, that boy ain't gonna beat it. I'm sorry. No, that boy ain't gonna beat it.
So you feel
Not
like
in America. Not in America. It's not the trial is the synopsis of everything, the overlay of everything. He's already getting painted as a thug.
right? Because at the same time, now Yeah, that's what I'm trying. My thing is, at uh what up at what point, have you ever went to a school like you ain't never run track though, Rich? You ain't never run track. But have you ever
Nah, man, I was too fast for
been
track.
where it's like, even if you knew the guy on the other football team, you gonna sit with these guys over there and they tennis stuff? Or
So he went out from
have
my
you ever got
understanding.
down like that? Like when you go sit with the opposite team, like or the other school? Because I know when we ran track, everybody pretty much. I remember everybody had designated areas, and you didn't go. If you wanted to chill with with somebody who go, you go do it out on the infield, or y'all kind of walk around. But y'all area is y'all area because you got to be realistic. What do you kids be doing when they go in somebody else's area?
Stealing shit.
So you got to go. You can't be over here because something come up missing. We don't even know who you is.
Right.
So that's like you. That's why I'm painting the picture like, dog. First and foremost, you in the wrong. You in the wrong. You got to, what I mean. It's just like I don't want. If I could say yeah, I say, but boy, you in the wrong. And then on top of that, it's like if the white boy push you, why you didn't beat him up? Like it's just too much. Like it's just almost like okay, he might as well really pull a gun out and handle this business. Because the result still was, you know what I mean? It was like, oh, stabbed him one time, but he could have just hit him one time with a gun, whatever. So, like, it's just too much. It's just too much show of force, man. Like, that just, I hate it for the kid because now it's like, you know, from my understanding, he was a pretty good athlete. He had some pretty decent schools that was looking at offer him for football.
Mm.
Yeah, he had some pretty decent little, schools that offer him, and it's like you couldn't fight these guys
Why the neck though? Why he stab him in the neck?
because that was he what because that was if you stab somebody, what not to stab you better in the neck. What you because you that was his intention to do exactly what he did. What happened?
Okay, that's exactly why I was getting at. Why to the neck? If you stabbing somebody to get them off of you, you would. I mean, to the neck is a very violent. That's a
Man, that little vein right there in your neck or that little vein in your wrist right there, like dog, you ain't gonna miss on that one. You ain't. So that was your intention. Yeah, I mean, and you not gonna win with that. You just the guy just ain't gonna win with that, man. You just I'm not gonna take a person's side just because they black. I don't care. Right is right, wrong is wrong. If I do wrong, I did wrong. Don't just take my side, you know, because that's not helping nobody at the end of the day, man. These situations, we want our babies to come home, we want our babies to live a prosperous life and have opportunities, and we got to keep it real with them. It ain't tough love. It's just keeping it real. You can and can't do certain things, certain behaviors we cannot accept. We cannot tolerate. We got to close it and fold it right up, right there. Because if not, kids, you go out here, you put in all this time, effort, opportunity, and then you just lose it. Boom! It just gets snatched away. How
and
many,
then
how many stories we're gonna have to see that people keep making mistakes and we allow them because at the same time, so a lot of these folks don't even listen to us. How
right.
how how easy is it for us to really tell our little cousins what to do? That's like between 18 and 28. How easy it is for us to get our little cousins' attention and for them to actually listen to us. You know what I'm saying?
Shit, we can get a hold of our cousins. It's just a matter of they got to realize, hey man, once you 13, 12, 13, these people don't look at you like our babies. Yeah, you my baby, but you might intimidate some people, son. Yo upset and lashing out, that might be looked at as a whole nother thing. I'm saying, oh, he upset. No, your upset and lashing out could lead to this. could lead to something that you had no idea can get this deep.
That's real. And see, yo, lashing out and not being upset. See, when a person has self control, they not used to seeing that. You don't really know how to handle that. Like, what the hell? So that's very intimidating. That's very confusing to a person. Like, no, a person with self control. Like with me, I'm gonna be honest. When I see a person, you start kind of acting up, and I'm only gonna listen. I'm gonna have to remove myself of this shit right here. Can't I ain't finna stand around here and he acting or she acting like that. Y'all got
Shit. Come on now. I'm going, hey, I'm easy. I'm backing up, two-stepping. Slide to the right, slide to the left.
correct. This is not happening on TV. We on YouTube, but these life situations don't happen, and they're happening in front of us. And some people just get excited and aroused by it. It's like, yeah, I ain't even finna sit right here and let this escalate because I'm not gonna allow and just watch it. Nah, man.
Well, let's keep it real though. They in high school. They in high school. Come on, let's be honest.
Say it again.
I said they in high school. Let's be honest. You might
But you
watch
got
it go
grown
down.
people still doing this though, Rich.
Yeah.
You got grown people who still is like who still down for the excitement, who still down, and it's like, dog, you know what I mean? You just a couple of inches away from shit, that shit being you. Or you hurting somebody, and it's like now you just displayed really too much force.
I see what you're saying. It's the same situation when if you still indulge in the nightlife and people, you know what I mean, doing back and forth and who the biggest, who the baddest, going back and forth.
Right?
Nah, I ain't with none of that.
You know. I think what Jazz, you still here with us? I think she probably dropped off, but yeah, man, this is I don't know what's gonna happen next, but every time, man, somebody come up here or something happen, I'm just gonna give something. It's depending on what day it is. Because Monday, if it was tomorrow, we're gonna go real toxic tomorrow. I could really give it to them, but try to keep it cool. I just want to just really bring awareness to this. Really, just kind of see how people feel about it because it's a wider array of ways that we can actually put this in perception or think about it. And we all have different life experiences and feel like we can handle them, in a certain way. But when when other people are dealing with them, it's showing and proving us like there was different underlying issues. If we get is there a way to help everybody, or it's just like some people just ain't gonna be able to get help? You know, um, it, are these behaviors even? Can we recognize these behaviors? Are we recognize these behaviors? And then when we do recognize them, what are we doing to actually correct them?
Mm-hmm.
Are we just actually handicapping these behaviors and actually really allowing them to, I mean, inflame for them to like prisoners? You just become a better damn criminal, pretty much. You know what I'm
We
saying?
we are handicapped. We handicapped. We handicapping them. Even as a father, when I decide to get in my son's ass, a lot of time who he gets saved by? The mom.
Yeah.
The mom save him. And it'd be a reflection of your tone, of my tone. Or it'd be like, don't hurt the kid's feelings, but this kid might go out and really do some damage or get hurt or hurt somebody. And you worry about me hurting his feelings.
Yep. You know,
Shit, I done seen a father get locked up for whipping his son.
I believe it. I already know. That's child abuse.
That's child abuse in 2025. It's child abuse.
Oh, you look, you seen a father get locked up for whooping his son. I seen a little boy choke his mama.
They called out a life story of mine. They called me to the school one day about 2 years ago. I get up to the school. I don't ask no questions. I take them to the nearest open room. I see and get some straightening. Cause
Right.
first of all, okay, y'all called me. So y'all had to stop what y'all was doing to call me. I had to stop what I was doing to come up here. So obviously it's the issue. Oh, Mr. Richie, next time I wouldn't prefer you to do that. Well, why you call me? What you call me for then? I'm nipping the bud and I'm nipping it in the bud right now. That's not what we doing.
Right. And it's almost like, are you playing with me? Like what did you know what I mean? Y'all you showing me you can't handle the issue. That's why I'm even been considered. Well, I'm even here. I didn't stop exactly what I'm doing. Did they tell you how they wanted you to handle that situation?
They never told me how they wanted to, but I'm thinking as an adult, if a child make an adult have to stop what they was doing, call the parent have to stop what he was doing. I'm the type of parent where I'm gonna go straighten that out right now. We ain't finna, hey, ain't no more of that. Straighten it out and straighten up for the rest of the day and go moving forward. Not, oh, I go up there, handle the business, then you grab me by the arm as I'm leaving out and say, Mr. Richie, we know we don't do that. Well, what we not doing? What we not doing? Help
Discipline.
me, help me understand, because now I'm confused.
That would be very confusing to me. That would So I was about to say, do you just actually at that point, all right, let me take them out this school, but he can't really do that because how everything works. So it's like, what are you doing?
I was
I
confused,
think
dog.
I think they just be wanting you to scare them, maybe.
Scare him.
I mean, because if you can't really reprimand them like you would like to, what else is they wanting you to do?
Let the father be a father.
I'm 100% with you, but if you go up there, like you said, I'm just being a father, and they say that she grab you up by the arm and say, "We don't do that." They don't
Right?
say what I mean. Now, what did she expect for you? Just come up here and scare the child or some shit?
Little Timmy, we don't do that now. Son, we don't do that. Miss Johnson asked you to sit down and you didn't sit down now. We don't do that. And fuck all that, man.
Right?
This lady told you she the adult, she told you what it is, this is what you need to do. There ain't no going back and forth.
Correct. I mean, that's what it is. I think too, and just once your child know and you're firm on it on your stance and how you actually choose to uh be correct in their action. Your child. I think that'll help too with them being more thoughtful in their actions and how they actually choose to live because once you know you got some type of punishment, once you know that, hey, you can go to jail for this, or when you go to, your parents don't feel the type of way, you let them go for whatever situation be, you not go here or get something taken away. Sometimes, majority of time, that will get people to, straighten up, what I mean, kind of start being more thoughtful, you know. You do got those little head cases where it ain't nothing gonna get him to tighten up,
Yeah, you do got that.
you know. Like I just think, man, we just gotta be honest too. Everybody, I don't know what to do with them, with some of these people, man. I really don't. You just ain't gonna be able to save everybody.
I mean, that's what they got jails for, man. They ain't just, they're not around just for, just oh shit, we got a jail. No, they around for because some people go to jail. Some people thrive in jail. Some people that shit don't click until they go to jail multiple times.
Hey, you want to go to jail? You want to go home?
Straight up. Straight up. And maybe they need to break that down to an elementary level.
This how I go, man.
It's a two-way street, buddy. It ain't no living in the middle. Living in the middle, you're gonna be living lost.
That's real.
It's a two-way street, man. Once you figure it out, hey man, you go either go right or you get left. I know as far as me and you, okay, once we stop playing that middle road, man, I'm finna make this right, man. And do right by this.
You know, that was very when you said that kind of struck a thought in my mind of just from hearing when you even think about in life, think about successful people who understood, who's like who even from rappers or athletes or just you got family members who left the streets alone, and and when you know when when they chose to hey just choose that one lane when you put your energy just in that one lane and stop trying to play back and forth. You know what I mean? That's a lot of times that's when that success do come. That's when that next change do come. But playing back and forth, I don't even know. I don't. That don't look like it worked for nobody.
It don't work for nobody. Look at Mr. Lacey.
That's just real. You, hey, bro. You know when Carmelo Anthony got kicked out the league, bro. I don't know if a lot of people watched that story, but Carmelo said that the NBA pretty much came to him and told him, "Listen, we know everything you got going on, and right now, like it ain't nothing that you can even say to us. You just sit down until you figure out this what you want to do, and it ain't
Hmm.
finna be, you know what I mean? I don't know if you ever know that. You remember Melo was out the league and then he came back,
Right,
and there was
right.
like you kind of like watch that story on there, but it's like Melo had. I was just like, bro was really probably out here, you know what I mean, had little street dealings going on, but these folks really done found out everything and just like, listen here, man. And the way they played it to him is like, you know what I mean? The police ain't got you, but guess what? Right now you ain't trying to be no basketball player. What you doing? You ain't trying to be no basketball player. So
That's what be killing me, man. These people, these organizations are investing millions of dollars into individuals. You don't think they got a team of personal investigators running around you?
I mean, but guys, for some reason we, you know, like when we get on the football field, hell, or whatever court we on, wherever we feel like we him. We can't get touched or, you know, we're unstoppable. You know what I mean? Everybody, I can only imagine that I don't think it's a drug dealer out there or a person out there who feel like they're gonna get caught. When you cheating on it's like cheating on the piece of on a test at school, you don't think you're gonna get caught. That's why you do it.
Okay, but like you said, make your decision and go right or left. If you're gonna live like that, then you need to be discreet like that. What you doing it for? You doing it for the likes, or you doing it for what it provide? If
Right.
you're really doing something, you really ain't broadcasting unless we're doing this. You know what I'm saying? Unless this is your business. If you're really doing it, you're not really broadcasting it. If you're really doing it, I ain't talking about, you know what I'm saying? If
Yeah.
you're really doing it. Hey man, I'm really doing it. I own a couple trucks, man. I got a couple vending machines throughout the area, man.
That's real.
I got a couple real estate properties, man. Hey,
That's real, man. And you know what? I hope one of us, you know, spark the something different in one of y'all mindset out there in the chat. Even spark, you know, if y'all like the show, man, make sure y'all do still hit the button. And like I said, y'all always feel free to hit the link, come up, talk to us. We want to know all y'all's, you know, opinion. We want to know how all y'all think about it. However you think about it, if you feel completely different about how I feel, you know what I mean? You ain't wrong. You know, always feel free to come up and talk to your boy, man. Let me know. Tell me, hey, for real. And, you know, like I say, I hope it just really sparked some type of interest in y'all mind, and you know, get just to get y'all to think. I don't care if you're on my side or not. I'm just gonna tell this is how I see it. It is what it is. You know, I hope y'all come out and join the show. This just a new endeavor that we got going on. I want all y'all to be a part of it, man. Y'all get up here and we let people know, hey, this is what we got going on, and we'll spread the word just to really get these little issues, all these current events. We hear it. Everybody got an opinion about it. It's only natural, and just a safe place where we could just come in, just kick it out, chill out, and hey, just give your 2 cents. If you just want to pop on and pop off, do what you got to do. Say what you got to say. Boom. Just even if you want to just put it in the chat. I try to go through and put up what y'all say. Let me see. One day I'll step up for a Q and A. Should be fun. Nigga, the day is the day. What you scared? Huh? You scared? The question is, at what point do you stop this young man, or can you correct this young man and get his life right, man? This the money, this the meal ticket right here, man. If this man, if he was me, if he was your son, he got to, what you do. How do you handle that? I want to know. Give me something to spark my interest. Give me another way to think about it. What do you do, man? You gonna lose it? You don't want, you don't want this to go to waste. Because at the same time, if he there, you made a significant investment. These kids don't get to these schools without a lot of times good backing. That's another thing, man. Understanding like the backing was there. It's you the they don't get they can go to anywhere a lot of time. Well, not anywhere these days, but a lot of times you can find these little athletes. A lot of them, but they're trying to find a certain caliber athlete. And I can only imagine, like, damn, he done tricked a lot of folks. He done tricked a lot of folks, because he was definitely teeter totter. So, but at any time y'all feel like y'all want to step up here, I think I'm finna get ready to step down, man. I think we kind of cleared this up, um, and we'll come back, tomorrow. Let's come back for some Toxic Tuesdays. If y'all got anything that y'all feel like we should cover, I really talk about kind of like relationship stuff on Tuesdays. What I go through, what the craziness that these females be said to me. Maybe some crazy I been said to them, or some I be just in heard. Um, you know, and it's just real life. Sometimes some spark situation where I start realizing my blood pressure be going up, so I can't even. A lot of times, what I mean, I be trying to get it settled. I want to get to the point where I could get through situations and we can move forward. A lot of times, I mean, when you're being intimate with somebody, it ain't about just kind of leaving them and just getting the hell on. It's really about advancing on and getting past these situations. So if they do present themselves, we know how to handle them in a grown, respectable way.
Man, it's about getting the hell on.
Huh?
It's about getting the hell on.
Yeah, I damn sure I'm very good at getting the hell on. Like if y'all want to learn how to get the hell on, I give you a free consultation, one free consultation on how to get the hell on. You know what I'm saying? But that's what Tuesdays is about. I mean, we go and that would we could probably get there. Tomorrow might be get the hell on Tuesday. You know what I mean? That what we might. That's a great tape right there, man.
Boots
So
on the ground.
Eric,
I said boots on the ground.
yes, sir. One in the air here, you talking about. So I keep 5 toes down, nigga. I keep them marching. So yeah, man, we're gonna, even just stuff like that, man. We can do the shits and the giggles, and like once again, my take is my take, your take is your take. Whatever you go through, your experience is your experience. I can't discount that. You know what I mean? You might be able to spark something that made me I might want to try what you say. You might want to try what I say. So what I mean, y'all come through and let us know what y'all going through and what y'all been through, or maybe somebody might want to feel like they're a damn therapist out there. Rich, what you going through over there, man?
A battle of myself. I can honestly say that it's never the woman with me.
Never.
I mean, it could possibly be the women, but I ain't finna sit around and try to figure all that out. If I get a bad vibe, like you said, I'm boots on the ground. I got my boots on the ground. You
That's fair,
can't come. It's hard to come in my space and ruin my peace
right?
because I don't need nothing from a woman but peace.
You said one more time, Rich.
I said I don't really need much from a woman but peace.
I that's not going over my head, and I hope it didn't go over your head because I need all the peace that she can bring too.
Yeah, yeah. Of course, that peace is a broad spectrum, but it rounds down to being holistic.
It boiled down to who?
Being holistic.
Got you. Well, and then, but yeah, I mean, and it's I don't want to go too far because we go I could this right here is already kind of my mind wasn't working. Um, it's pretty much too. What I mean, if that works for you and that's the way, what I mean, you've seen that you get good results off that, man. Because everybody, every like I tell people, everything don't work for everybody, you know. But long as your results, you get good positive results out of it, then shit, roll with it, you know.
That's deep too. That's deep too, because I can't even say I get positive results out with it. It's kind of how I live my life at the moment.
Right?
Well, been living my life.
I respect that, you know. But let's I appreciate everybody for coming out, man. That's first and foremost, man. I appreciate my boy Rich, you know what I'm saying, for coming on and staying in the paint with me. My girl Jazz, I don't know what the hell she got going on. She done came on. She was giving good takes, and maybe did she go cook? I hope she went somewhere and cook. You know,
Hey man, shout out to Jazzy for that one.
I'm telling you. Well, let's verify that's what she had going on before we, you know what I mean.
Give her flowers.
But I shout out to you too, Jazz. I don't know if you can hear us or not, but I appreciate you coming through, and I even with your input every time you come through, we appreciate it. Y'all come through tomorrow, man. I'm gonna drop the link in the I'm gonna premiere it. You know, hopefully we can come on about 6:30, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock if we need to. And then we come up with a topic, or I come up, y'all, see what I'm talking about, and then whatever after we finish that, if y'all want something to talk about, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, man. And other than that, y'all make sure y'all hit the like button and y'all share the video. And I appreciate y'all, and I'm out.